Well, we were dealing with natural language processing. The class started from yesterday, and we were saying about this natural language processing that as if like it is a computational treatment of human languages, right? Or natural languages. This is the course all about. So when we mean to say that a computational treatment, it means to say that we are trying to use some computational techniques, right? We are using some analysis or using some computational techniques, and then on the natural language, and we are analyzing that language, right? As such, as we said yesterday, that we are having something more than some 7,000 plus varieties of different languages that are spoken throughout the globe. And this is only like what is officially registered. Maybe like there may be more, because you know that like there are many islands, even in the Pacific Ocean, or maybe like Antarctic Ocean, that like islands are not yet discovered till now. So maybe like the language that they are using is still unknown to anyone in this world. So like to communicate, maybe like in different ways we are having, and each have their own set of rules and grammars, right? Maybe like to say hello in English, maybe like ahoj in Czech, or xiao in maybe like in some other language, maybe Italian language, and then maybe guten tag in some German language or something like this. So we are having different types of language to express only a simple word or a simple signaling. Okay. So we said that like this natural language processing is a part of artificial intelligence, and they deal with understanding the human language through a program. And we saw that like nowadays there is a huge demand for this natural language processing, and some of the major applications that come into existence is like the you can see like the various assistants, like Google assistants, like Microsoft Cortana, like Amazon Echo or Apple Siri. Like this we are having so many applications, right? And also we are having something like this chatbots for messaging apps and all. You know that nowadays automatically same like that of IVRS system. uh, you call to this railways or any other system, you know that automatically there are IVRS systems which give you respond automatically. So that's why what you have to do is what you need to similar to that IVRS system, like a chatbot system. So a robot will be chatting with you, and essentially it will be providing you some information, the basic information, probably the greetings and all, and like making you dig through the actual problem or enter into the actual problem. Then they may assign your problem to the consignee or the main person who is dealing with that particular chatbot. These are the major applications nowadays. As I said that like Gartner report says that like 85% of the customer enterprise relationship will happen without much human interaction by 2020, and it is happening nowadays. Okay. And you see that like there is huge and lot of text that is being generated these days, and it need to be figured out, or maybe like what we can try to do is that how NLP can use this huge uh, text. Okay. How NLP can be used to analyze this huge text. And we have also seen some minor applications which are kept in group one, and using of this group one applications to prepare for the group two applications. And maybe like for group three applications we may require group one and group two applications, or maybe like these are like some minor applications, then little bit major applications and more complex applications that are used in NLP these days. And the basic structure of a natural language processing application is like this. Like we have some interface, maybe provided like a mobile or something like that. Here it is given in this case. Or you give out, okay, you interact with this mobile with a different user interfaces, maybe like just a command line interface. Yes, please.
Sir, are you changing slides?
Yeah, I changed it.
Why it's not moving, sir? We are still in the first slide.
Is it
Yes, sir, it's
okay?
still on definition.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's the, let me get you. You are in this slide. Natural language processing is the study of computational treatment of natural language. That is the
Yes.
slide you are having.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Fourth slide.
Now you check it, please. Basic structure of NLP application. Is it like that?
No, sir. No, sir. Nothing is visible now.
Okay, fine. Wait, just a minute.
Now it's visible.
Yes, sir. It is.
Yes,
It is
sir. Now.
visible. Okay, fine.
Basic structure of NLP application.
Yes. Basic structure of NLP application. Now, so I was actually going through these slides. Okay. Anyway, fine. So basic structure of NLP application, if you see, like we have some user interface, application interface for interacting with the users, maybe through command line or some text or some any other messaging apps or something like that, or some web page, through a web page or something like that. We interact, then we give it to the NLP or natural language generation layer, which enters into the, or which searches the, which gets the information from the knowledge base and then replies back to the user interface. And also it keeps a copy as the interaction history and various, for various analytics purposes. Okay, all this we have dealt yesterday, and we were dealing with the various layers of or various stages of natural language processing. We have seen about the, like, given an input sentence. Okay, how does it process for a natural language generation? Okay, how does it process? If you see here, at the initial stage, maybe like before entering into the morphological stage, we may also have, if the input is a speech, then it will be a phonetics and phonology as one of these stages. Then we are also having morphological processing. It means to say that, like, the data is existing in more than one form, right? So how do we understand that? That is morphology, all about the morphology. As I said, you, the different types of morphology: inflection morphology, derivational morphology, the compounding and the criticization morphologies, like that. Different types of morphologies may be there. And so understanding that particular, for a given sentence, what is the exact word that we are referring to? Okay, then we may have a lexical analysis where we may keep up the lexicon. Okay, we may use the lexicon along with that one. Like if we say that a student, so when we tell a student, then what are the lexicons for that particular student? Maybe like a student should have a registered number. Maybe like a student should be going for some degree, and a student should basically have some attendance. So like this, many things are involved with respect to a particular word, right? So for each lexicograph or lexeme, we need to keep up, or we have to make sure with the associated lexicon. Then for that particular words, or maybe like that, for that particular sentence, now we need to generate whether that particular word or sentence is with respect to the syntactical structure of the language. That is what we try to do with this syntax analysis. Here we club both lexical analysis and syntax analysis here, but in some texts also they give that, like, lexical analysis as a separate component, and syntax analysis as separate component. It doesn't matter. Okay, now next, so in order to for this syntax analysis, the grammar is very much essential, right? Each language, as I said you initially, that each language has got its own rule set, or the grammar, right? Then at the next later stages, it tries to understand for this input sentence what is the semantic meaning of that particular sentence. So it means, like, it tries to get the semantic rules. Okay, what is the meaning of that sentence? Then at the next stage, next level, it tries to get the pragmatic analysis. It means to say that the contextual analysis of that particular, or contextual meaning of that particular sentence. And at the later stage, that is the discourse stage or discourse analysis, you try to get the exact meaning. All this semantic, pragmatic and discourse are mainly focused about the meaning. Okay, they are interested about the meaning, but meaning at different levels. Okay, conventional meaning, with contextual meaning, then the connected meaning. Okay. Discourse analysis, connected meaning. I will give you an example about all these three things later in our maybe like after a few slides down. Okay. Uh, and in all these stages, one of the major complex or major hurdle is that the ambiguity. Ambiguity is basically existence of more than one form. That is what we have seen earlier, maybe like in our compiler design classes in our BTech, right? So complexity is the major hurdle for natural language processing. That's why NLP, the problem of NLP is the toughest problem for artificial intelligence. Now let us see about the ambiguity. Now you just understand. From here we'll go a little bit slow because we have whatever we have covered yesterday. Just I was being a little bit fast, but from here we'll go a little bit slower to understand. Okay, let's understand that. You see here, two friends are going somewhere, and this guy is asking that like, call me a cab. Now his friend is telling that, okay, you are a cab. What did he mean? Actual meaning? Yes. What did he feel like? So call me a cab. It means that please dial to a cab and ask that cab to come. It means that again, if I say that cab again, it means that the cab driver, okay, who is owning a cab or who is riding a cab, and you please call that cab guy with a cab, or call me a taxi. Okay, so this is what he is meaning. But this what the friend understood is like, okay, I have to, his name is something like some Ramesh. So instead of Ramesh, she is calling, you are a cab, you are Ramesh. Okay, you are a cab. So this is the ambiguity that is being created. I hope you understand about this one. And various types and levels of ambiguity are lexical ambiguity, syntactic ambiguity, referential ambiguity. We'll see about these very basic ambiguities. For example, here, presence of two or more, lexical ambiguity means presence of two or more possible meanings for a single word. So as I said you that, like a single word will have different meanings. It's also called semantic ambiguity or homonymy. You see here, the example given here is that she is looking for a match. Now, what is she looking for? Match means, again, what is the meaning of this match again here? Whether she is looking for a person for a marriage proposal, or she is looking for some football match or volleyball match, maybe like she is looking for a match where she can go and enjoy that game. I hope you are getting it. Lexical ambiguity. Now again, the second sentence is, the fisherman went to the bank. Where did he go? Bank. Whether he went to the river bank or whether he went to the financial bank. Okay, bank to withdraw some money or get a loan, or he went to the river bank for fishing. Okay, to catch hold of some fishes and then he can sell afterwards. So this is the lexical ambiguity. It means that presence of two or more meaning for a particular word. This is what we call it as lexical ambiguity. Now, syntactic ambiguity. So presence of two or more possible meanings within a sentence or sequence of words. This is what is syntactic ambiguity. Sometimes we refer this one as a structural ambiguity or grammatical ambiguity. Now, you see the example given here. I saw the man with the binoculars. I saw the man with the binoculars. The ambiguity here is that who has the binocular? I saw the man means I used a binoculars to see that man who was standing far away, or I saw the man. Okay, I saw the man was holding the binoculars. I hope you are getting me here. This is syntactic ambiguity. I saw the man with the binoculars. Okay. Who?
Sir,
Yes, please.
sir, can you please repeat once again lexical ambiguity and the difference between lexical and syntactic ambiguity?
See, if you see lexical ambiguity, match or bank. This is here if you see bank or match is the I saw the football match. Football match. What is the spelling? MATCH only. I wanted to. I'm looking for a match for a proposal. A match for marriage. Huh? Now what is that? Or maybe like I tell that I'm looking for the correct match. Okay, correct match. Maybe like I have first part of the suppose all the bottles and their caps are removed away. Okay, kept it aside. You have given for cleaning, and once you got that, okay, you got that. Then now you wanted that the correct bottle with its correct lid or maybe like the cap which you wanted. It should match properly. Then only so that the threads and all can slide and it can be tight enough. Or maybe like you have given your you are having 10 pairs of trousers and 10 pairs of shirt you have given for washing. It came back. The Dobe gave you back. Now you wanted to match exactly shirt with this one. So you just imagine that match here has got different meanings. This is what I call about lexical ambiguity. I hope you're getting me.
Sir, if a word have different meanings, then it will also change the meaning of the sentence, right?
Yeah, that is true.
Sir, if you change the meaning of sentence, then what will the difference between the syntactic ambiguity? Because there also meaning of sentence are ambiguous.
See, this is you with respect to a word. Okay, I am speaking here with respect to a single word. Lexicograph. Lexeme. For a lexeme, there are different meanings. You are getting me? Here about the structure, it is about a sentence where you are assigning. See, I saw the man with the binoculars. With the binoculars, this with, okay? I saw the man with the binoculars. Now, with this particular word with, you should assign it with me or whether you should assign it with the man. Who should be assigned this particular word? Means किसका दो बीच का so I saw the man with the binoculars. Who had the binoculars? The binoculars was with whom? Whether it was with me. So I saw the man through a binocular. So using a binocular I can see, right? So I can see with the binocular, or I saw that man who was holding a binocular. किसके साथ था? This binoculars किसके साथ था? Whether this binoculars was with the man or whether this binoculars was with me. This is structural ambiguity, grammatical ambiguity, assignment of a particular word with some other words, one lexeme with some other lexemes. It gives a different meaning, right?
Okay, so according to syntactic, the whole sentence is ambiguous, right?
Yes.
I mean, and in lexeme, only due to one word, it becomes ambiguous.
Yes, fine.
Okay, so.
Now you see here the second sentence also. I watched her duck. So does she have a duck that I watched, or did she duck out of the way? So this is the second sentence also. I hope you got it. These two things. Third one is the referential ambiguity. Referring something, somebody, somewhere. So occurs when a word or phrase in the context of a particular sentence could refer to a two or more properties or things. Now you are referring to something, some property, something. Okay, you're trying to referring. She is a big opera star. So now, what do we mean by this? She is a big opera star. Big, when I mean here, It means that big means whether it should be a very fat, very height, weight, very this bulky person. Opera star means a dramatist. Consider a dramatist or a stage artist. Okay, opera star. She is a big opera star. Means she is a very fat opera star. She is a fat dramatist. She is a fat singer, or she is a famous singer. Okay, here fat, this big should refer to a fat or a famous. Now you are understanding. Okay, it is giving again different meaning here. Referring something else. So as I tell you, he is the Sachin of my class. He is the Sachin of my class. I am referring somebody, but there is no ambiguity here. But as I said you that, like yesterday, if Sachin had two faces, okay, Sachin as a good batsman and Sachin as a like abscondee of the classes, for example, then he is the Sachin of the class. It means that he is a good person or a bad person. Now two shades, okay, giving better. You are referring somebody. Again here getting some ambiguity. Okay, I hope you understand these three ambiguities: lexical ambiguity, syntactic ambiguity, and referential ambiguities.
So won't a lexical ambiguity become the superset of referential ambiguity, because in both the cases ambiguity comes due to a single word or more words, but a
But here
particular
you are
word.
referring that particular word, you are referring for something. Okay,
Yes, sir.
with reference. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, okay. Now, so as I said you that various stages of natural language processing, once again a small review here. So phonetics and phonology are mostly dealt with the interpretation of speech sounds within and across the words. Morphology dealing with the componential nature of the words. Lexical analysis dealing with making dictionaries and storage of the words. Syntactic analysis dealing with parsing of the sentences, and this semantic analysis producing some meaning represent giving. Then like pragmatics, purposeful meaning. It means that contextual meaning you are trying to give it. Purposeful use of language and situation and context. Discourse means process connected sentences. Now we'll see this ambiguity issues in all these stages, how the in these particular stages occur. Okay, let us see about. So the main challenge of NLP is the understanding and modeling of elements within a variable context. In language, words are unique but can have different meaning depending on the context in which they are being evaluated. Ambiguity persists in almost all the stages of NLP. Now you see in the phonetics and phonology, first one you see homophones. Homophones means which sound similar, like a bank, whether it is a financial bank or a river bank. Similarly, match, whether it is a marriage match or whether it is a game match. Second thing is that near homophones. Near homophones means these words have got, they sound together very similarly. They sound, but their these spellings are different basically. Okay, now you see here accept, accept, affect, effect, great, great, break, break, groan, groan, here, here, ball, ball, bury, bury. So you see here the words are almost similar, near homophones, but sometimes when you are speaking they are like it is a different. Like I was giving you about yesterday a small example about quizzing my relative quid. Okay, like I, okay, all these are near homophones only. The pronunciation is almost same, but their spelling is different. Now you see with respect to lexicograph means with respect to the words you are having difficulties. You see about again, consider about word boundaries means the 2-3 words combining together. Word boundaries, how finding out the boundary of the word. You see there it is given in Hindi, aa jayenge. I hope you are getting it. Aa jayenge. What is the meaning of aa jayenge? whether your meaning you wanted to mean that will come or will come today. आ जाएंगे. I hope you're getting it. Where we wanted to आज. देखो आज आएंगे. आज आएंगे means what is the meaning here? आज space आएंगे. Then will come today. आ जाएंगे means will come. It is not about today, tomorrow, or when I am going to come. It is not. But आ जाएंगे. I will come. Similarly, you see about car price versus car price. Car price. Car price means carp is a type of fish. Okay. Car price. Car price means so you maybe like you are eating something with fish and this rice. Okay. Carp rice. But simply this P, if you remove from here and the space after P and before P, if you give it space, then it become a car price. So generally when we speak car price, okay. So what do you mean here? Whether it is a rice with a fish or whether it is the price of the car. Similarly, you see here, I got a plate. When you speak, I got a plate. Okay, I got a plate. I got up late. Yeah. Yes, please. I got up late. मैं बहुत देर से उठा. Okay, देरी करके उठा. Means I got up late, little bit late, so I slept more. I got a plate. I brought a plate, or I have a plate with me. So this is, see, when you're pronouncing, right? Almost I got a plate. So both pronunciation is almost the same, but where the boundary of the word determines the meaning of that particular sentence. You see here phrase boundary. Okay, God is now here, or God is nowhere. God space is space no space where. God is nowhere, or God space is space now space here. Where you just understand that the complete meaning gets changed. God is now here, or God is nowhere. Okay. Similarly, for the phonetics and phonology, another problem that occurs is a disfluency. When we are speaking, sometimes what we do when we do not get the right word, possibly, or maybe like when we are giving some thought on that particular concept, what are we going to do? It's like okay, that type of hums or something we are going to give, etc. Right? Which gives the user to organize the thought, basically. Disfluency. These are major problems. The ambiguity arises in almost like this particular stage completely, whether with respect to words, or whether it is with respect to the phrases, or with respect to the complete sentence. Right? This is how ambiguity arises. And morphology. Yes, morphology is the first crucial step in natural language understanding, basically. It is the study of way the words are built up from smaller meaning bearing units. We call them as morphemes. Two broad classes of morphemes are stems and affixes. Stems as the root word. For example, singing. If you tell singing, sing is the stem or the root word. Affixes are additional meaning of the morphemes. For example, again, affixes are three types: prefixes, suffixes, infixes. Okay, prefix means which you add on the left hand side of the word. A word can have more than one affix. So example, if you see like prefix means adding something on the left hand side of the word, so before the word. Infix means you are adding something in between the word. Suffix means you are adding something after the word. Okay, topping up. So this is a word can have more than one affix. For example, you see unbelievably. Un plus believe plus able plus ly. Unbelievably. You see here there is a prefix and suffix. Un is a suffix, prefix. Ly, ly, ly is suffix. Un is prefix. Unbelievable. Right? And believe. Again, you are adding e there. Right? So this is what we call it as affixes. Now, languages that are rich in morphology are Dravidian languages. Dravidian languages like Telugu, Tamil, Kannada, all these languages are Dravidian languages. And languages like Hungarian, Turkish, these languages are also very rich in morphology. Basically, almost all Indian languages are highly rich in morphology. And languages that are poor in morphology are English and Chinese. So what happens is that languages with higher morphology have the advantages of easier processing at higher levels of processing. Maybe when with connected sentences or something comes into picture, then the complexity gets resolved. Okay. So if you say here, one of the overcoming or like maybe like to implement the morphology, finite state machines, they come in handy while handling these morphemes. So there are many ways to combine morphemes to create words, and 4 methods are basically inflectional morphology, derivational morphology, compounding, and criticization. We'll see about this. Okay. Uh, for example, don't think that this is an English class, but please just have a look about this one. Inflection morphology. So English nouns are have only 2 kinds of inflection: an affix that marks plural and an affix that marks possessive for inflection. For example, English nouns can either appear in the bare stem or singular form or take a plural suffix. You see here singular for this one: cat, cats; thrush, thrushes. But you see here for irregular nouns, okay, mouse, mice; ox, oxen. Similarly, for possessive, again things are different. Like possessive means children, children's. For example, it is given here. Huh? Ending with s or z. Similarly, while the regular plural is spelled s, after most nouns it is spelled es for plural, right? Thrush, thrushes; box, boxes, like that. Here some more things are for verbs. If you see, that was for the nouns and this was for the verbs. English verb inflection is more complicated than nominal inflection. You see the main verb, modal verbs, and primary verbs. You see here we are having different forms also. Okay, morphological form classes like stem, then s form, then ing form, and past form like ed form or ed form. If you see here, regularly inflected verbs: walk, walks, walking, walked; merge, merges, merging, merged; try, tries, trying, tried; and map, maps, mapping, and mapped. So these are how for regularly inflected verbs. If you see about irregular inflected verbs, okay, eat, eats, eating, ate; and you see here eaten. Okay, uh, you can see here some like a few things are cut, cut, and all. Okay, cut. It is like the stem and past form also is same only, right? this is of course this is how the inflection takes place. About the inflection for both this noun and verb. Derivation morphology is, as I said you, is that deriving means getting derived from some particular words. Okay, like computerize, computerization, appoint, appointee, kill, killer, fuzzy, fuzziness. Okay. Similarly here, these are nouns basically. Base, okay, verbs or adjectives. These are the things. And here base nouns or verbs. If you see computation, computational, embrace, embraceable, clueless. Deriving, basically it is a deriving a word. This is the derived word. This is the actual word and this is the derived word. Okay, this process is nominalization. Now, compounding means combining together two or more words. Compounding means bag and piper. Okay, bag, piper, dog and house, dog house. So this is okay. This is combining is known as compounding. Criticization is using like apostrophe or something like that, like okay, apostrophe r apostrophe re, is apostrophe s, will apostrophe ll. Okay, have apostrophe v, like this, had apostrophe d, like this. Okay, this is about the morphology. Now for lexical analysis, you see how ambiguity occurs again in lexical analysis. You see here words are stored in lexicon with a variety of information that facilitates the further stages of NLP, like question answering, information extraction, etc. As I said you, like for a student, when I tell you student, so it means that all the parameters associated with the student has to be stored out. Otherwise, getting the exact meaning for that is different. For example, the word dog might be stored in the lexicon with following information. Means yes, it is for the parts of speech for that particular word. Dog is noun, and the semantic tag is that it is an animal with 4 legs, and morphologic is that it takes s in plural form. So like this, different things need to be stored about that a particular lexicon. So words typically have multiple meanings, even in the same parts of speech. Now you see dog, for example, means an animal, and you can mean dog also as a very detestable person, right? You see here, in case of word sense ambiguity, two situations are basically distinguished: homography and polysemy. See here, homography, like homophony, results from foreign word borrowing. Okay, when we are borrowing a word from other words. Okay, two words are homographic if they are spelt the same, like a match or a bank, though their meaning are different. Again, bank is an example of homography. Now, polysemy, when we see, on the other hand, implies the shades of the meaning. It has got different variations, like for example, falling of the tree and falling of the kingdom. See, the meaning is same. Falling means coming down. Okay, falling of the tree and falling of the kingdom. It means the falling of the meaning. If you take the shade of shade of coming down, falling of the kingdom means, what does it mean? Falling of the kingdom. It's not like from the top somewhere just fell down. It means that maybe the administration is not proper. Okay, and maybe like the king was dead, or maybe like many things comes into picture. That is the falling of the kingdom. Okay, falling of the tree. Falling of the tree, maybe like it may be directly falling, or maybe like the whole tree, all the stems, everything are like a dead, something like that. That meaning also may come into picture. This is what is ambiguity issues arises in lexicograph, like as we have said earlier also, in homophony, near homophony. like how lexical problems comes into picture. But so here lexical analysis, we have like initially we have so much of complexity, but these complexities gradually gets resolved when we move into higher stages of NLP. Now if you take syntax analysis, okay, here you see parsing or syntactic processing refers to uncovering the hierarchical structure behind a linear sequence of words. For example, the noun phrase flight from Mumbai to Delhi via Jaipur on Air India has the following structure. You see that like how we can give, let me tell you later how we can give this structure and all. Okay, this sometimes we call it as the bracketed structure. Like and generally for the any databases, okay, the structure is given based on some like standard benchmark sets, like the Pentry Bank or maybe like the Brown Corpus Bank. Okay, they have given the syntactical structure how it should be. I'll give you the details about that one later. Maybe like in our further classes, we'll know more about that one. It's nothing but simply either you can give it in a bracketed structure or a tree structure also. It doesn't matter. Okay. You see about a syntactical structure here, or like it means that syntactical ambiguity is available here, right? In lexicography structure, lexical ambiguity is there. Lexical ambiguity here, syntactical analysis, we are having syntactical. So ambiguity available here is that the syntactical structure. So if you see, parsing two faces this challenge of ambiguity, structural ambiguity, okay, which is called, we call this one a syntactical ambiguity or structural ambiguity. So structural ambiguity is of two kinds. One is the scope ambiguity and the attachment ambiguity. So here you see what is the scope and what is the attachment. Where you have to attach, that is called attachment ambiguity. Scope ambiguity means what is the scope of that particular word. Here you see scope ambiguity. Here is the best example. Old men and women were taken to safe locations. What do we mean by this? Old men and women were taken to safe locations. So here old, this is the adjective old. Now this old should, what is the scope of this word called old? Whether it should be attached only with men or whether it should be attached with both the men and women. Right? The scope of the adjective, that is the amount of text it qualifies, is basically ambiguous. Okay, suppose there is a war and then all these people, the old men and then women, means old men and women, both men and women are old, they should be taken to the safe locations. Or old men should be old, and women, irrespective of old or young, they should be taken to safe locations. So this is what is the scope of this particular word old. See here, the structure should be like old men and women. See, old refers to men and women, or old men and any woman, whether young or old. What is the scope of this particular word old? See, another example of this scope ambiguity is no smoking areas will allow hookahs inside. Okay, no smoking areas. So here no, what is the scope of this word no? The no can qualify the rest of the sentence, meaning that there isn't a smoking area that will allow hookahs inside. No smoking means there are smoking areas. Okay, like no smoking areas will allow hookahs inside. It means that this, they should not allow this. No hookahs should be allowed in smoking areas, or there are no smoking areas, they should allow hookahs inside this drug. Okay, so it can qualify only the phrase smoking areas, meaning thereby there are areas designated as no smoking areas, which however will allow hookahs inside. You see here, it is giving different meaning. Ambiguity is there in that particular, right? So semantic meaning is the meaning, getting the representing the meaning. So after word forms and structures have been detected, the sentence processing devotes itself to meaning extraction. While the meaning of the meaning is debatable, of course, it is a general agreement that at the stage of semantic processing, the sentence need to be represented in one of the unambiguous forms. Maybe like a predicate calculus or a semantic net or a frame or conceptual dependency or conceptual structure or any of this form without any ambiguity. See, for example, you see here the ambiguities of semantic roles or the relation. Example, visiting aunts can be annoying. Who is visiting here? Whether you are going to somebody and visiting the aunts or the aunts are coming to your house. Visiting aunts can be annoying. Okay, visiting aunts can be annoying. I hope you're getting me. Visiting, you are going to visit some aunt's place and that auntie place, and then auntie basically visiting them is annoying because they keep on giving the food and they will be asking that when is your marriage, when is your marriage, and also maybe like you are feeling no this is, or did you get a job, you are studying masters, itna padhai kar raha hai, this much you are studying, still you are not doing a job. Our nearby house person who has done bachelor's, he has got already job, still you are, so this makes you annoying. So that's why you don't wanted to visit the auntie's home. Or it means that visiting aunts can be annoying, so visiting their houses can be annoying. Or that aunts, that auntie is coming to your home, that is annoying. So here who is doing what? This visiting aunts, whether that aunt is visiting you or you are visiting, who is doing, this is the ambiguity. Second meaning, second sentence, if you see, आपको मुझे मिठाई खिलानी पड़ेगी. Whether I have to give you mithai, okay, I got a job, so I have to give you mithai, or you will give me a mithai, sweet. I hope you're getting me. Semantic meaning. Pragmatic meaning means for this situation, for the context, meaning, extracting the meaning at that particular context. So this is one of the hardest problem in NLP and has seen very little progress. The problem involves processing user intention, sentiments, belief words, models, etc. So it makes a little bit complex. You see about this particular example here. One tourist, okay, he came down from the hotel room and he is telling that uh, checking out in the hotel, he tells that waiter, go upstairs to my room and see if my sandals are there. Do not be late. I have to catch the train in 15 minutes. Just a minute, please. I'll see what is the disturbance outside. Just a minute, please. So that's why now if you see this, okay, what is the meaning actually? Or like what did he mean? What did the tourist mean basically? He told the waiter that go upstairs to my room and see if my sandals are there. Do not be late. I have to catch the train in 15 minutes. So the waiter, he went up and running upstairs and coming back from the room, he said that, yes, sir, they are there. So what was the meaning of this tourist? What did he say? Suppose we have a physical class and then all of
Sir?
you are inside the class. Yes, please.
Sir, actually, we are having some syncing issues. The
Yeah.
video is coming late, and your audio is coming at the same time, but the video is coming late. Actually,
Okay.
there is 1 or 2 minute sync issue.
1 or 2 minutes.
Yes, sir, around 1 minute.
Okay, maybe like the connection problem. Anybody else is following having same problem?
Yes,
Hi,
sir.
we are at the same.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We are 2 slides previous to that.
Okay. What is the slide now you are in? What is the title of the slide?
Pragmatics
Now it is
processing.
correct, but yeah, before
So slide
2 or
number
3
27.
we are at summit.
What the example you have given, it just came now, sir.
Okay. Fine. Then we'll see. Maybe like some connectivity issues are there. So this is the pragmatic. So can I continue now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So the similar example I wanted to give you. Suppose every one of you are inside the class here physically, and I come to class and ask that like I wanted to write something on the blackboard, and then I see that there are no chalk piece or there are no markers available there in the class. So I ask the first bench student, please can you please go to the nearby room and check if chalk pieces are there. So if this, so what is my intention? I want someone, means the student to go to the nearby room, and if chalk pieces are there, then he has to bring that chalk piece. That was my meaning, right? But the student simply goes there, sees there is chalk piece, and then he comes out and tells that yes sir, there are chalk pieces. This is the same meaning, analogy. Okay, so here how you understand what is the exact, means contextual understanding is missing. I have changed my slide. Is it visible now?
No, sir.
So we are at pragmatic processing.
Okay, next one is discourse processing. Meanwhile, when I explain, it will be coming slowly. Okay, so this discourse is the task of processing connected sentences, basically. All these NLP problems discussed so far surface when we process contextual text. In a speaker-listener scenario, the listener continuously produces hypotheses in his mind and updates them about the world. So for every sentence, you may understand differently. That is what is said about this discourse analysis. Like what I said you is that like you have to listen completely. When somebody speaks, you have to listen completely, and then what is the intention? What is the meaning? You have to capture it. Did you get this slide?
Yes, sir, not till now.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Pragmatic processing.
Okay. I give you example. Okay. The example is like this. Suppose there is a sentence. After every sentence, what is the meaning? You have to give it to me. Okay. So John was coming dejected from the school. Dejected means little bit sad. Okay. John was coming dejected from the school. Who is John here? Who do you think is John?
Sir, the slide just came.
Yeah. So you see, just see here. Who don't read down. Just let me tell you, and then you slowly read the next sentences when I tell you. Okay. So John was coming dejected from the school. Dejected. So sadly he was coming from the school. Okay. Depressed. So who is John? Who we are thinking that John? We think that he is a student. Second sentence I tell that he could not control the class. Now who you think John is? We may think that okay, he is a teacher. In the third sentence, I tell that teacher should have not made him responsible. Now who is John? We get confused. John was not a student. Okay, earlier we told thought he was a student. Then after the second sentence, we thought that he was a teacher. And the teacher should have not made him responsible. Then now we are thinking that, okay, he is not a teacher. Teacher made him responsible means he may be the CR of the class representative of the class. Then fourth sentence is given like, after all, he is a janitor. Means he is a caretaker. So all the previous assumptions, hypothesis that we had about John was gone. Right? This is what we call about discourse analysis. Unless and until we give a complete, like we understand the complete sequence, until we reach to the end point, it is difficult to give a complete analysis or a conclusion. Okay, this is what is the discourse analysis ambiguity. So next we will see next time from tomorrow. Tomorrow shall we have class, or today evening can we have class? Not today evening, but tomorrow can we have class?
At what time, sir?